Hello, everybody, and welcome to VRBN, the VR Broadcast Network. We're glad to have you guys here taking a look and watching one of our
That's me.
first of many broadcasts here on VRBN that are going to be for our Midweek Madness, which, if you're in the Tyro community, you know all about what that is. But we're going to be doing some fun stuff. We're a bit different than normal. Not necessarily going to be casting all the way, but what we actually are going to be doing is just having a good time. We have quite a few people here with us in our spectators. So if you are actually wanting to join us, feel free to jump into the live channel and we can chat away while we watch these awesome players see what they can do. But let's see who we got with us. We got the Mushroom Ninja. We got TTV, Win Rose, El Kathleen. Yes, Sir Jose, Gary D9, Sir Trees, Dogalot, and myself, and we got Torque here hanging out and pushing the camera left and right while he's multitasking. He's amazing. We love him. But yeah, guys, whoever's here with your mics on, say hello to who's watching.
It was like I think earlier
Hello.
this year. Some of the
Hello.
events, I was like, oh, this is not.
Who's that? Who do we got here on the mic?
Season 4 Vermo, like
Me,
in the
Winrose.
off season, it was like awesome.
Winrose.
Everyone
Winrose, tell us a little something about yourself.
in the events. I loved it.
I'm
I think at the beginning
an
of this year, we got,
Australian
like, the holidays.
VR and
I was like, let me be a coach. I need
Destiny
help.
streamer. I haven't played VR this week as much. I played one game of Phasmophobia and that's it.
If you like watching people
Too
play,
sick
too,
for
there's a
VR.
finals.
Oh,
There's
not
actually a game,
fun,
I
sick,
think,
not good.
Friday.
But we're glad to have you
But
representing
casting
the
you can watch on
Aussies,
Twitch and see how
because we
people
don't have a lot
any level
of you
play.
guys
So it'll be really fun.
in the server,
Yeah, I
but
think it's
we
a game on Thursday,
love it
Friday, and then
with
there's
the
finals on Saturday.
200 ping.
I'd recommend watching
Always,
both, or
probably
at least
more
one
than
of them.
that, but always fun. So enjoy
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, our ping is atrocious.
Wildly
God.
high. Hey, who else we got? We got Trees hanging out in here. Hey, Trees.
Again?
What's up? Raijin and
Trees is
Martini should never be in the
sort
same
of
team.
probably busy doing something else, multitasking, maybe
We got, like, a
cooking.
really new person.
I mean,
Maybe
technically
drawing.
I'm at work right now, so
Definitely working. Are you
So,
working on
so-
anything
That's the only
special?
for like 2 days on Echo. I think
not. I mean, not that I can really talk about.
Hey, that's okay. It's probably something cool. Maybe later on you can tell us about it a long time from now. Who else we got that's got their mic on? Anybody else want to say hello?
Hola.
Hola. You don't tell me exactly how you say your name?
Dog-a-lot.
Dogalot. All right. To see the G being the capital makes me think it's the beginning and not the end of the first word. That's why I said it wrong. Dog-a-lot.
It's okay. Everybody kind of gets that too, but
All right. Well then, I'm gonna
significant.
ask you a question then. What's tell me about your name. Why did you pick that? Okay, all right, I like it. I like it. That does make sense that the G is capitalized. It's important. And let's see, we got Luna in the chat. Hey, Luna! And we got Sandalorian. I think we're ready though. Like, I can see everybody is in. I'm so proud of them for having all made it by 3 o'clock. If you've been to an event and the ability to get 10 people into one space at one given time is extremely impressive. So,
Especially midday.
congratulations.
For my first event, I was nearly late.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I was,
not like the same.
Better that you just showed up though. Like, it's okay if you 5 minutes. If you tell somebody you're gonna be late, even better, because then they know you're coming. Just don't not show up. That's all we. That's all we ask.
the only time I wouldn't show up is for if my PC decided to just have a meltdown or my
And that's
Oculus.
okay. Just
is
tell
more
somebody.
likely.
Just tell somebody.
Yeah.
The
I'll
last
do
thing,
it.
you know, I understand stuff happens, but the 6 hours later, oh, sorry guys,
All right, let's kick their ass.
I decided not to come. Oh, looks like we're gonna get started. So, as we mentioned, it's not going to be exactly like normal casts. We don't have to go all hard on it. Okay, now the blue team's coming. This is going to the ceiling, and now the orange team. We don't have to do it like that because we know it's midweek madness, which means that people are just out there. They're having a good time and trying out new things. Which, if you are listening or you are here with us, one of the most important parts about Midweek Madness or any of the Tyro games, your Friday Frenzy, our Monday Marathons, they're excellent opportunities to practice stuff. So these are not VRML games, right? And because they're not VRML games, you don't need to win. It's okay to lose. But if you're an individual, go out there with a specific purpose. At least that's one of the things that I really love about those games, is being able to say, okay, hey, I really want to practice accurate passing. So my goal for today is to make sure that every time that disc leaves my hand, I'm going to be working as hard as I can to make sure that it's done accurately. Or I'm working on, being able to juke somebody right in front of me, or being able to move around the walls. Or, I'm going to try and play a little bit farther back. I want to try and play a little different position. Hey, you always go to the tunnels? Maybe you want to go long. Maybe you want to try out your hand at, QB. Who cares? Get in the goal. Do it. This is a perfect opportunity for you to find out whether that is something you're going to enjoy. For those of you who are here, what kind of experience have you had with some of our Tyro events during the week? Anybody want to share?
They're all real wild.
I forgot the question.
Tell me about your experience in a Tyro event.
It was really fun playing with like an actual team that with actual comms instead of some kids just singing, just sitting there on the enemy team, or just no one's talking. But I had a really fun time. Oh yeah.
You've been troubled by some pubs, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nice attempt
Not
there,
a fun
but a
time.
great save. Fantastic. Yeah, it's not too much fun. Which is one of the things why we always, the Tyro community continues to be a place where adults can come to actually enjoy Echo, as opposed to the garbage dump that sometimes is pubs. Let's be honest, most of the time is pubs.
Oh yeah.
Oh
99%.
man, nice job, Ryzen. He did say he was going to work on some dunk meta, but yes, yeah, I'm impressed. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's so many people who are. Who do we got here? Who's that talking? You there? No? Okay, he talked to someone else. He's not talking to us! And also, anybody who's watching online on there, feel free to chat away in the chat box if you got anything to say, anything to share. Love to hear it. But yeah, so one of the things that Tyro has done and is going to continue to do even more is create spaces that are safe for adults, and fun, and not agitating and harassing and all those other things we hate. But the nice parts and things that I have heard recently, I stink. How can you tell? I'm really far away from you, like literally thousands of miles. But
Where are you?
one of the things that is going to be really cool that I suggest for everybody who is here in chat, everybody who is listening on the Twitch, is that we're gonna be having an update to the website. Oh, that's a sad self-goal. Anyway, gonna have an update to the website, and the website currently is tyro.community, which is very easy, right? So if you are in one of those horrific pubs, or maybe you find yourself in there with a private or whatever with some people who are not a part of the Tyro community, but you know that they are adults and they would probably appreciate playing with other adults. Give them a link because it's going to be adjusted soon, which should mean Martini takes a shot. Oh, it's just so close. It means it's going to have a link directly how to get to the Discord, and also if you're anything like me, I have met a lot of people who have no idea how Discord works. None whatsoever, and they get really confused. And so there's going to be, I think right now, Kadaski's working on some videos. And the videos, something that I suggested a long time ago, which I'm really excited they're finally doing, is going to show people who've never had Discord how Discord works. And how you get onto the Discord, and how you find us on Discord. So if you're in a pub, or you're someplace, in any community, bring us some more Aussies, Winrose, and if you see some adults and you say, hey, you want to play with some other adults? Of course, I'd love to play with adults. I would love that. That sounds fantastic. I'm getting out of the pubs. All you got to do is say tyro.community, and that website should be able to take them from there. And hopefully that'll help get us not only some more fun people to play with, but also, more importantly, is making sure that the adult community has an interesting, safe place to play together. So, nice shot from Dr. Turt. That was fantastic.
I want to bring more Aussies in here, but like no one I know actually plays this game.
Oh, so
I'm literally the only person that I know on Discord and real life and stuff that actually plays this game.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna need to like, I don't know. I do know that there's like an OCE Discord in itself, but I do wonder. It would be really cool to know how many people actually play out of like different spaces. OCE, etc. I mean, obviously, the mass majority comes out of NA, and that makes sense. It does, the servers, there's multiple servers here, so that is just plain easier. And I'm not even 100% sure the servers in, like, OCE were even... Yeah, that's nice. I don't even know if they were even round when the game was beginning. So, OCE still got a lot of newer Echo players in general. Alright, take it in.
Damn. Yeah. Honestly, I should be getting more motion sick from this. Ooh, goddamn.
That was
from
nice.
This game, but I don't. And funny enough, I get more motion sick from Rec Room paintball.
Oh, but there's totally a reason though. Rec Room, it's because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's less pixels. Like, there's less definition in the game. I think the less definition, the more, like, wildly the game gets.
Yeah,
I mean,
get sick from Rec Room.
A lot of people can't play Rec Room. And I love it, too.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
I mean, I don't get sick from Phasmophobia or Onward or anything like that, just Rec Room.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be something in Rec Room system that just doesn't work well. There's like, I don't know what it is, but I do love Rec Room a lot. It's you play paintball in Rec Room. What else? Anything else?
Oh, no, I literally just play Rec Room because it has paintball and I want to play shooter games.
Ooh, nice job, Dr. Turk. Okay, well then you need to play. One day we should play Jumbotron. Jumbotron is amazing. You've never played Jumbotron before. So much fun. It's one of the quest game, like not headset quest, but like I'm going on a quest. I'm gonna do this.
Jumbotron.
Turo has it memorized.
I have the whole thing memorized. I know where everything is. So it's sad. Like I wish there was another version that would come out, and then I would have to like relearn that one. But
how's it spelled?
The way you would expect it, Jumbo, and then the word Tron, like the movie Tron. This is a really close match. I'm just now like I've been seeing them go back and forth, but then I looked at the score just now, and I'm like, they got 50 seconds tied.
I can't find it anywhere on the Oculus store.
No. It's in Rec Room.
Rec Room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember, Luke and I beat that. It's been like a year.
Has it been that long?
It was summer. It was last summer.
You're right, it was.
Yeah. Wild. I can't believe it.
We need to do it again.
Yes.
We need to like get on the like #1 leaderboard.
We need to do like we need to do a speed run. We need to do a 4-person speed run and see if how fast we can get through it. Because that's kind of where it is now. We did it. Luke and I finished Jumbotron, 4-person game. We finished it with just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
I mean, once you learn all the roads, it's pretty straightforward.
Have you guys played Zenith?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, such a fun game. I mean, I don't play it as much because I find it confusing, like on where to go, like and for quests and stuff. Because there's no lot of like there isn't any audio dialogue.
I found that Zenith, the reason like when everybody was obsessed with it, I was obsessed with it too, right? Oh, we're gonna do an overtime? Alright, we'll come back to Zenith after the overtime. I think this might need to be talked about. Alright, so let's see. Blue team's gonna take this, and orange team said, I don't think so, but unfortunately it hit double D, so they're gonna have to pick it up in the trench and send it on down to the back. Oh, back line, beautiful coverage. This is gonna be interesting, the fact that both teams are really well matched with this 5v5. Looks like orange team's gonna pick it up. Nobody's in the goal. Nice pass. Come on, Logic, you can do it. Oh, just a little bit low. But I think they've got the back there. They can pick it up. Oh, no. Blue team said, I don't think so. We're going to take our opportunity. But backline's such a good thing to have a good backliner. Just to pick up stuff like that. Looks like the goal is open. But, they hit somebody in the head. Fantastic. There's a lot of back and forth going on. And I feel like these put the teams... match the teams up, did a great job because these seem to be extremely even though we know that 5v5 metrics are very different than 4v4. Anytime we're playing a 5v5, it really does make more sense to leave that guy behind just to kind of protect, or at least in the middle. And we got a lot of people in the bubble going back and forth. I think there's a possibility no one's going to score and they're going to go into double overtime. But we'll see whether the blue team can take advantage. Oh, no. Orange team said, I don't think so. Gotta go through the middle. This is an opportunity if the orange team can pick it up. Oh, there we go. Move back. Go. So close, but unfortunately. Oh, okay. Go ahead, orange team. Dr. Turt said, maybe I can do it. Nice. With 19 seconds to go, man. Wild. That was a fantastic round.
That was also a huge shout out to Raijin.
God damn.
Raijin was the one who made the teams.
Yeah. It's Rai.
Oh, right.
It's Raijin,
because it's supposed to, like, remember when he did it, he said it's like the bread, like rye bread, and the drink, gin.
That's what I always think of, Raijin.
Raijin, yeah. I also just think of it rhyming with his old name, Rai, Kai, or his name. Anyway. Alright, let's look at this. Oh, Dr. Turt was on fire today. Oh my gosh. Holding down the orange team with 9 points. Goodness. Corny coming in with 3 assists. That's absolutely beautiful. 2 saves. Yep. I like it. Lots of stuns on the board. Except Martini was literally just sitting there killing everybody through the whole game. 33 stuns in 10 seconds. Martini, what the heck? 3 saves on the blue team. 4 saves on the orange team. Looking good. I think it was a nice even set, so let's see if round 2 will be the same or be a little bit different. Oh.
Yeah, it's always good to see with the 5v5s though, because the 5v5s are extremely challenging to mix up teams. So it's not perfectly balanced. It's not like you can just switch and be like, hey, we're gonna switch now. So it's good that they're really balanced, but I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, Dr. Turt looked pretty hot there at the end, and well, round 2 is a whole new beast. So I mean, here we go.
Definitely. So let's go back to our discussion real fast since we kind of put that on hold for the OT. Let's go back to Anyway, back to the discussion about Zenith. When everybody was doing Zenith, I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. But in my opinion, the big problem with Zenith is if you had friends to play with, totally cool, fantastic.
If you by yourself, it's miserable.
It's just terrible, and it's just not a fun game. But if you're with friends who are on totally different levels than you, it is also not fun. Because nobody can do the same stuff. Like, you get to this one spot and your friend's like, I'm a level 26. And the other friend's like, I'm a level 22. And everything they open up says you have to be a certain level before you can open it. So you can't do this stuff together. The only way, like, when I started it, I started with 2 specific people. And we started our accounts at the same time. And we played until I messed my back up and had to leave for a week. I couldn't play for a week. But we had played up until level 25 together. We went through every level together. We went through every time something opened up, it was perfect because it just made sense. You're on the same quest as I am. We can do this together. Everybody can kill the same beasts together and get the same points. But as soon as that stopped, there was nobody on where I was at. So even if I went in with some other people, it was like, hey guys, I'm on this level and you're 3 levels above me. Let's go to this one area. And they'd be like, hey, look, I got this cool thing. And then it'd be like, oh, well, it says that I can't get it until I get to the next level. And I'm just got to this level, so I guess I'll just kill these things. Oh, they don't give me a lot of XP. Oh, this is gonna take a week. It was such a cool game. Like, I think the ability to play as an individual, it wasn't written well into the game. In my opinion.
I'm used to grinding games because, like, take a look at the state that Destiny 2 is in right now, and it's abysmal. But I mainly bought it. I mainly bought Zenith because I like SAO, and then I opened VR chat, and people are making the SAO game in VR chat, and it's actually really good.
Interesting.
Ah, shit, I think I went deeper, man. Nope.
Yeah.
SAO is Sword Art Online, right? For anybody who doesn't know.
They're making it in VR chat? Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like they've got a Discord server for it and everything. And
I swear VR chat has everything. Really well. Everything in the whole universe is in VR chat, including crazy weird people, but everything in the world is in VR chat.
I'll check if the new update's out yet, because with the new update, it's we're supposed to be finally getting like killable monsters and stuff like that. Which is exciting.
Speaking of VR chat, because you brought it up, have you ever played Murder Party?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Murder 4, yes.
Murder 4 is absolutely fantastical. It's amazing. We play it sometime in big groups. I think once we had like 12 people, which is the max. Maybe 10, I can't remember, but something like that.
We've filled the lobby before.
Yeah. 12. Oh no, oh no!
Oh, let's go!
He made a beautiful save and threw it right into the shield. Oh, the number of times I've done that. Anyway. But yeah, Murder Party, whatever it's called, Tosh knows. So okay. So it's apparently because I don't know anything about what's that game called that it's just like Among Us. I don't know anything about it because I'm too old to know much about.
It's a lot like Among Us. Yeah,
but Among Us is based off like Town of Salem, which is based off of like 50 other games going back.
Wasn't there? Really well, there used to be like a game we play as teenagers where we hold each other's hands and like you'd squeeze and send squeezes to kill each other. And like it reminds me of that. Like I think it all comes from that basic concept.
I think that we didn't do the hand thing, but we used the game I'm familiar with that's similar. It was a blink game.
Yeah.
So if anybody blinked at
Murder blink,
something weird like that.
Yeah.
It was a nice pass.
That must be
look at him trying to take a dunk. Trying to take a dunk on 4 goalies. Okay, Raijin. Okay. Okay.
It must be an old game because my 82-year-old grandmother is with me, and she just said, "Oh yeah, I remember that game."
Yeah.
Hey, let's go, Granny.
And sending it on.
Let's go, Granny.
I think it's based off of Mafia.
I love Mafia. The card game.
I was
so fun.
Mafia or Werewolf were the ones that I was.
I think I've played Mafia once.
So here's why. Yeah. So here's why the game is super cool. So you go into the VR chat thing, and it's like you get to it's a house. It's 3-story house with a ridiculous amount of rooms. We should count it next time we're in there. It's got a crazy amount of rooms. So 3 stories, 2 stories of the basement. And everyone gets to pick like this character, and everybody looks like they're literally out of Clue. Like they're all kind of from the 50s-esque sort of.
There's about 12 rooms.
Look.
I just counted it in my head.
Oh, okay, cool. And so you pop in there, you spawn in, and you get to pick your character, whoever you want, and then you spawn in there. Everybody spawns in different spots or together, however you set it up. And then the first thing you see in front of you on your screen is what you are. So it's just like if you're playing Mafia, you get a character. So you're either the murderer, one of the basic participants, or you're the cop. And the cop the only thing special about the cop is they just start the game with a gun in their hand.
Yeah, detective.
The detective. And then you have to just like walk around, and if you're one of the regular people, you can walk around, or the killer too. You can walk around and get clues, and the clues, if you get 5 of them, you get a gun or whatever, depending on how many you get a weapon. And then the point is to find the murderer. So like if you are the murderer, there's knives everywhere. So you're just like randomly grabbing one of the knives and trying to shank somebody without them knowing or letting anybody else know. It's so funny and just really like it's actually really fun.
We discovered a lot of games in December when Echo went down for a couple of weeks because of all the new questies.
Very true. Had to go someplace. And I think, Tash, you're right. Orange does seem like they're running away with it. So there must have been some discussion. No, you know what it is? It's Raijin trying too hard to make dunks. That's what it is. Dunk meta is killing the blue team right now. That's it.
When with VR, I think the only game I actually play on VR now is Echo Arena or now Onward, because I don't play a lot of VR. I'm mostly on like desktop games.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, I mean, at least in this community, a lot of people do like Echo. But one of the things that we really like with the Tyro community is trying to get people involved in other things, because one of the things that we've all noticed, fantastic hat. Oh man,
God damn.
Oof. All right. One of the things that there are a lot of different channels in Tyro that you'll find different games. So if you haven't gone to take a look at those channels, check them out. Each channel is
super hot right now.
Yeah, Wands is a big deal right now. That Wands reminds me of Zenith when it came out. I remember spending like 8 hours on Zenith in the first week that I got it, like on one day. Oh, the Mangos with a shot on double goalie? Okay. I see you. Okay. But yeah, it's interesting because we play a lot of different games on a weekly basis, so, play laser tag or paintball or poker. Big fan of poker. Miniature golf. And it's less. It's like doing something a little bit different, so that we can stave off addiction. To run away a little bit from the addiction that is Echo Arena. No, it's just something different, because you never know what you're gonna enjoy until you try it, so there's a lot of really interesting games. Like I never would have thought. I'm not the biggest fan of VR chat's visual stuff, because it is something that I can't stay in VR chat for more than like an hour and a half, and then my eyes are like burning because I think it's the pixels. They're just kind of garbage.
Yeah, VR chat's a bit choppy.
Take the free.
I think when everyone had a community built by users, the second life was fun. You had you get a lot of textures that were blurry, and people were still figuring it out, and then you get people who are really advanced with that kind of world building. You would have some worlds that were just stunning and full of good mesh and good texturing.
Oh yeah, with with Sword Art Online in VR, they're doing really well with it. Like they're always posting dev updates for it. But I do agree, VR chat is very choppy. Like even with latency, that is a huge issue for Sword Art Online because it makes deals and stuff just impossible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, they lost.
I wonder if they have the licensing for that. The Sword Art Online licensing.
Oh, yeah.
I know Among Us is making
Probably
their own
not.
VR version.
Yeah.
So you kind of and someone did that in Fortnite's creative, and they like called it like imposter or something like imposters or something like that. And then eventually Fortnite partnered with Among Us, and then it became like more official. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The way they they snuck into that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with
Say again.
They're 4-5.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll pause it. Or not, whatever. We're just here to watch.
To switch teams. They're probably doing switch teams.
Oh yeah. They were uneven that last round. Like usually most species if it's more than a 10-point lead, they're like, okay, let's switch that.
That the blue team did not want to switch. Only because Domingos just went right back to the same team he was on before. Which is fine. I mean, let's be honest.
It's always good to give people the opportunity.
If you're in a situation where it's always the choice of the losing team to make that decision. It's not on the winning team, it's on the losing team, because sometimes I've been in games where we ended the game at that first round, and the first round was like 18-2, right? And we were like, ooh, yikes, that probably wasn't very good. Oh, nice job, Corny Witch. Fantastical. And it was like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. That was like 18-2, that's a pretty big spread. And then I was like, hey, you guys want to switch it up? And the other team was like, get away, go back. And then I go back, and then all of a sudden it's like 18-2 the other way around. So I think sometimes a big loss can be just what you need to get the right energy for certain teams. Some people just need to, what's that expression? Light a fire under you. I think sometimes. So let's see if the blue team, after taking that loss, can come back and light another fire. I see that Torque's mentioning we got 12 people in the voice chat and 12 people in the Twitch chat. Fantastic.
Not bad for midday NA.
Not bad, even though that probably comes out to be about 20 when we look at doubles. But fantastic to have everybody here. And if you are here right now, you are listening, or you are in the chat, or whatever, take the shot! Oh, so close. And you are not following us yet, please follow the VRBN. There are going to be a lot of amazing content coming out of our channel soon, and we want you to be able to catch all of it. Also, in a very selfish note, we want to get up to 50 followers. So, please feel free to help us out and follow and add the... I don't know much about Twitch, let me be honest. Add that notation thing. Oh, that sucks. Fantastic.
Turn on your notifications so you know when we're broadcasting.
Yeah, that thing. Chuckles said it's just another hard day at work. Well, you just keep working away, and we'll just be here. Doing other stuff. I mean, Torque's at work also, while he's doing cams. So, round of applause for Torque for being able to multitask on a call and doing
dedication.
Cams. It couldn't be me.
Priorities are great.
Can we just talk for a second about wild angled bounces in this game? Do you guys think that when they created this game that feature was heavy in their mind?
No.
I don't think so.
Wasn't intended either, right?
Yeah. I heard the rumor that it was like a side project built kind of on a weekend or something.
Yes,
like
it was built by
someone.
David, and and the only reason Echo exists is because lone Echo players were like, hey, this mini game that they've been playing by themselves is fun. and all the glitches that existed within Lone Echo, which is why also Echo Arena is so buggy, because it was never actually meant to be a multiplayer game. It was meant to be a single player experience that they just ported the same engine over, and here we have Echo Arena. So
what a great example of what people can do with something that they feel passionately about. You know, that's cool.
I don't know. I look at the design, especially around the gold areas, where you have a lot of contrasting angles, and I think they very deliberately did that to make it bounce off in weird directions.
Some of them, yes, but if you notice, there's a lot of, I don't know how coding works, so I can't answer these questions, but there's a lot of freaky flaws in some of the geos. Like, there are things that you think a computer should just make it perfect, but there's a lot of spots in different places. Perfect example, when you spawn in there, you know the geos that look like packs in that spawn area. The left pack geo has a misplaced, like one of the sides is uneven. And every time I spawn in, I look at it and I go, that hurts my brain, because it's not correct in any way, shape, or form. But even with that, even with maybe the idea of, oh, this will be cool to do this, bouncy, blah, 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 it looks cool. I mean,
that save.
That was a really good job. Even with all of that involved, it's like, there are some times when you get this game and it just does the most wild stuff with these geos, and my brain is like, man, look at what we're dealing with, and having to, you know, the moment I'm thinking about, where everyone in the arena goes, what kind of bounce was that?
But
Yeah, we're all like, it's going up, and it doesn't go up.
I do agree to, I believe it was you, Gary, where like they did intend to build like some bounces, but like I doubt they thought of like cloud shots or like shoulder shots or like, you know, wild ways to clear or score the disc. Right? I think they.
Oh, I got pulled off.
I don't know. I mean, it's like if it truly was built in a weekend, then like they probably didn't think of much. But also in Alpha, Echo Arena looked like way different. Like it had like
It had that really big circle. Like, I don't know where we could find that picture.
In software development and game development as a living, that game developers never anticipate how their game is going to be used.
That's fair.
Let's go.
They might try to predict it. The beta testers might come up with some things that they didn't realize. But when it gets out there in the wild, it's wild.
Fair.
I feel like that same mentality relates to other things in the world, like even medicine. Like, sometimes things find different uses that the people who created that thing did not expect it. Whether it's machinery or whatever it might be. I think that's just a testament to the mental capacity of humans in general. To say, I see something and I know what it's supposed to do, but I think it has the potential to do something else, so I'm going to try it. And then maybe it even makes something better. It was so close. Nagini tried, she was like so close to a pocket. Developers can never predict how any other software will be used. Very true. Which I think is kind of cool. I like that. This is definitely a much closer game than round 2.
Yes, not as close as round 1 just yet.
But there's still some time. I mean, 2 threes, and this game is, the blue team's back in there. So let's see, they've got 2.5 minutes. What are they going to be able to do with their time? Winrose, you said you were talking about Echo earlier. How long have you actually been playing Echo?
I've been playing Echo the entire time I've had VR, so about since about March or February.
Okay.
So like just over a year or like 4 months?
Like this year, February and March.
One of us.
Very nice. Yeah, I think both myself and Tosh started the beginning of February. That's right. I'm right on that, right, Tosh?
Yeah, February is 2021.
Yeah, I started like a week or two before her, I think. So somewhere around in that area. I know Luke's been around for a while, in and out, up and down. He can tell He could tell you about it.
Yeah, I technically started back in 2018 December, so technically 2019. But yeah, I was totally in and out, so I don't consider myself really starting until like January of last year, which is coincidentally when Tyro was also formed. So yeah.
And everybody was babies.
Yeah, we were all so ignorant.
And new Echo units.
New baby units. Well, my entry into Tyro was very interesting. I found Tyro in sometime in March, and I tried to join, and I got stuck on the join page, the ticket part, and I couldn't figure out how to get the ticket to work. And
that was using the old system, though,
because
right?
I could, it was like I had a space in the wrong spot, and because I had the space in the wrong spot, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work, and I tried, and I didn't care enough to do anything beyond that point. And so I just said, okay, never mind. And then 2.5 months later, at the end of May, I wanted to get into Tyro. And then I had to ask someone to copy and paste their response so that I could fill in my information.
Right.
And then it went through. And then, so I always think about that. I was like, I missed out on my 2.5 months of Tyro.
Yeah, like there were
where I would
all the same day, March 7th.
good,
like
though.
Trees and I joined that day.
There was a big day where like all the active people now. Was it March 7th? There was a few of them. Like March 7th was one of them.
Yeah.
There was one in
Trees
February.
looked it up at one point.
It was probably like one of the first times that someone posted like on a Facebook group.
Kadaski posted it on the Echo Arena Adult League, and that's where I was like, oh yeah, please.
Tyro, you know, I was on the Echo Discord server, the Rad server Discord, and I was ranting in their support channel about their complete lack of moderation.
You ranting, Gary?
Oh yeah.
What?
I was letting them have it.
Never.
And came in, it was Scrimshank, the Scrimbot, and said, you need to try this Discord. Just click this link here.
Oh yeah.
Totally different.
That's where. That's how I joined through Scrimbot.
I was ready to throw Echo away. I was ready to just delete it off the headset.
You know how many people have actually deleted off the headset, though?
Yeah, I think many of us have been in that situation, though. Even I was like, this is a lot of harassment and stuff, and then I found Tyro, and like I don't play pubs very often anymore. Because like there's enough content and games in Tyro that I can just play with people who are fine.
I want to bring in.
I mean, whenever I was playing Tyro, I've never actually gotten to the point of wanting to delete it. Like, whenever I'm playing a pub game, I'm like, okay, here's how we're gonna play the game. We're gonna pretend we're gonna act like we're gonna, do comms and stuff and play the game properly. So let's do it. And then we all just scatter and do our own thing.
So I've had lobbies where I enter with stuff like that and say stuff like that, and then I get told very explicit stuff I cannot say on Twitch because I have a feminine voice. So that strategy will not work for everyone.
Yeah, like I give callouts and stuff, and they just don't listen. Like a few of them might.
Should I go for bruising?
It's crazy.
But that's exactly why, like, I mean, I was in the same boat, right? Like, the reason I was in and out of VR for
a friendly teammate
3 years was because, like, everyone's a toxic a-hole, and it's really hard to find people who aren't, right? So,
and then after
I mean, it's weird.
Like,
weird when you go into pubs
and
you can't be
exactly.
right, Like, it's weird. It's so strange how there are so many different kinds of people in pubs, but a lot of the times, depending on if you're in a set of really toxic pubs, nothing you do is okay. Nothing you do is right. Because whoever is in there just wants you to be wrong. I remember telling someone, good job.
Yeah.
And then they were like, good job. And I was literally telling them, good job on scoring because you're on my team. And I was like, wait, what? What?
More than anything,
okay,
I
you
had
suck.
Last night,
the moment I entered.
Of course,
I get
about painkillers.
I get people. Oh, you get?
It's almost like they're so jaded that like they don't even believe that you're being sincere.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What
Like,
were you gonna say though?
I think it
I
happens
actually go.
everywhere. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think that's where the mature comes in.
Yeah, like I've been called a boomer on this game, and I'm 18, and I was called a boomer. I feel hurt.
I mean, why is the scoreboard up? What kind of glitch is
Yeah,
this?
what? What the fuck?
That's fun.
I'm not seeing that.
That's fantastic! I'm like, why is there a countdown? But there's a scoreboard, and I hope it's got. It's like that glitch. Yeah, it's like that glitch when you hit the middle one and it doesn't turn into a disc. Oh, it just stays on that like circular orb. All right, well, I think that they swapped up teams a little bit. I think they just switched Corny and Nagini. That's gonna just stay there?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay,
Oh my
then.
god.
This is great. I love.
Is it showing up for them or?
No, presumably not. There's lots of spectator bugs that you won't see.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
think the disc bounced off the scoreboard.
No.
Wait, did it?
No.
I think so.
We gotta watch for it though.
Someone needs to clear it through mid.
Clip that. Clip that.
I love it. Oh man, I'm gonna be like
I was
excited.
gonna say
otherwise.
there was one time where I was in the pub and there was no way this kid was 13. He was probably like 10 or 8. And he heard me talk and he goes, "Oh, girls are bad at games." And then we played around and I was like the one scorer and we won. Like I scored like 8 points and we won. And this was really I was like afterwards I was like, "Okay, buddy, remember when you get into a game with a girl, sometimes the girls can be good at games. Don't say that to another girl." And he was like, "Oh, okay."
The misogyny starts at home. The misogyny starts at home. That's all I gotta
I'm
say.
like, who's telling you this?
His dad. Starts at home, man. Starts at home.
I think it is in the game because no one's cleared it through mid. And as
Oh,
much as I
weird.
absolutely think everyone in this game
I mean-
is correct, I personally don't even have the dedication to
Oh, look at that
always
face.
clear it left and right. So the fact that everyone is, I think it's.
Hey, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's like
I mean,
it's like
I've
helping
seen
everybody
people-
practice.
Yeah,
I've seen people go through it though. So.
Oh yeah, but you can go through the scoreboard as even normally.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. You can
You
just
just
through it.
can't. You just can't put the disc through it.
It's like an extra shield.
Yeah, that's a good example.
That's while they're in red.
Yep.
That's a drill you can do
Right,
right,
Mark?
Mark? Is have 2 people who just sit in the middle.
I actually think it's a great idea that to have, like I was talking about earlier.
Oh, nice bounce shot.
Like I was talking about earlier, these Tyro games are really, really good for practicing things in your own personal game that you want to take to the next level. So, for example, if you're getting a lot of clears down the middle, because that's just where you feel comfortable, well, maybe it's time to start practicing bounce clears off the wall or bounce clears into the tunnel. And
Or like top, bottom, mid, or whatever.
exactly,
Yeah.
just because you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna mess it up, and you're gonna mess it up again, and you're gonna mess it up again and again and again and again. But this is a great opportunity to test that stuff out. I like what's going on right here, though. I wish the throw had been a little bit more spot on, but I really did like how whoever that was able to pull that person back away, because it's just one of the things I think sometimes newer players don't think about is Echo, the way that it's built is the offense has the upper hand. Obviously we know that because it's like in this case, whenever there's a person in the goal, it is a 4v5. 5 players on the offense, 4 players on the defense who can cover those 5 players, and then a rando just sitting in the goal. Right? And you've got to be able to pull that person out. You got to be able to pull some people backwards. Do whatever you can to make sure that you get the best possible approach at the goal when the time is right. And I think sometimes we forget that. Oh, I wanted to see it bounce. Oh, it's so bad. Take the shot. Let's go. Dr. Turt has been on fire. He scored 11 points in that first game.
God damn. I was gonna say blue team is popping off, but It's tied right now.
Yeah.
I also just thought it's Echo's 5th birthday.
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, today's Echo's 5th birthday.
Yeah, I just got the notification.
Echo Games server.
That's interesting.
You
5
think they're
years.
gonna do an event for it?
Who knows?
I think they said that they had a big meeting or something going on. Brad.
Yeah, they have probably.
Nice shot, right? Yeah, I know that they're doing something the right now, meeting wise. Hopefully, we'll see. You know, I would love. You know, I know that VRML's thinking about some ideas for changing some stuff that could help with meta changes, but I think it would be great to see something change. Just, you know, I don't, just in general, anything at all, just to give it some like freshness, some adaptability, some you gotta change. Oh, there it was. It like okay. Oh, so close, so close. I love it that there's so many adjusted throws because of that. I can't believe that. What is going on in their head right now with that there?
I wonder if it's
Huh?
I wonder if the score is updating on that scoreboard.
Oh wait!
I forgot that it's still there. God.
Could you imagine?
If you can hear us, go check the scoreboard in the middle of the arena.
As soon as this is over. Oh, nice try. Oh, nice save. Back and forth. Here we go.
He's going. Here we go.
Oh.
Is it stuck on? It says 4-7. That's the current score.
God damn.
Oh, that's great.
I mean,
That's funny.
yes, that is actually really hilarious.
What a great glitch for our first.
Nice pass.
Our first stream of Midweek Madness.
Game, there's your change.
There's an adaptation. Well, you guys notice right here, every time they go into here, the board's gone. Do you notice that? It's blank when he was just coming behind them. Like there's no scoreboard in the spawn-in lobby.
I wonder if it pulls it from the spawn-in lobby and moves it into the middle.
Why?
And just adds the other elements. I don't.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you keep elements like kind of half rendered, and then just move them around so that they don't have to re-render to lower stuff.
It just barely missed it. I never wanted anything to hit one spot in the arena so bad.
It's a big spot.
It is really big. Oh,
you notice every time you go to throw the disc, it will hit Nugget. No matter where you throw it, it's going to hit Nugget, but it can't hit the board.
And you cannot get it into the goal that is 4 times bigger than Nugget. Sad.
I don't know if you knew this, Gary, but Nugget occasionally just has a growth spurt, and that's what happens. It growth spurts, and then it hits Nugget, and then it goes back to.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
When I was playing last night, Nugget was actually moving.
Well, I'm probably gonna go get ready to go to bed. It was nice meeting all of you guys.
Before you leave, what time is it?
It is 5:50 in the morning, so almost 6
Oh my
o'clock.
gosh! I was thinking earlier. I was like, Australia. I thought it was like similar time the other side. Like I'm thinking it's 3 o'clock here, so shouldn't it be 3 o'clock there or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. COVID has made me nocturnal.
I can't sleep very well anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Martini almost missed the dunk. Well, have a good night, Wintrose. Glad you got to hang out. Yeah.
See ya.
Good morning on the other side of the world.
It's nice seeing Turk with 2 hands finally. Getting that actuate his potential.
Did he have a single controller?
Oh, he's been on left hand for.
They just went back and stopped.
I mean, I feel like it's been 3 weeks or a month. I mean, and he's gotten actually really good with the left hand.
I'm getting
my physical trainer told me that it's actually a really good idea when you're practicing to practice throwing with your opposite hand. So when I do my practice, I always try and throw. It's something weird about the brain balancing out your body he says that they make that same suggestion to baseball players to swing with the opposite, like when they're practicing, just take some practice swings opposite direction, and that presumably helps with just like evening out the body. Yeah. So
like
sometimes
think better or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes I just randomly throw with my left hand, which I noticed after I started doing that. Nice bounce. After I started doing that, I got a lot more comfortable. Like, there are some times when it's a really bad idea to switch hands. Like, you're right here, you're about to get stunned if you try to put it from your left when you caught it into your right when you want to throw it in. Specifically,
and yet I still do it all the time.
And people consistently get stunned out in the exact same situation. And that's gonna happen. But I've noticed that I've gotten really comfortable in certain positions, certain meters away from the goal, to where if that's the best choice, I feel good about throwing with my left, just because of getting a little bit more comfortable.
Oh yeah. Brooke just said we will be transitioning shortly to the Tyro Academy League match between Disciples and I think he put Nugs, but I believe it's
Uldival. Yeah.
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 So I don't know who's casting that, but yeah.
It is we.
Watch that.
It is we.
It's we? Okay, then I need to go get on my laptop in just a second.
Go ahead and do that.
That's okay. That's what you got us for backup.
Uldival. Oh. We're still here.
What's going on here?
Oh no.
Oh, this is the back end. This is Spark.
Yeah.
Did you turn the cast on?
Sorry,
Yeah, it's still showing them, but I don't know if I don't think we're in it anymore. Are we in it?
Do we need to transition to the other
the cast on? Yeah, we are still there. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Our voices are still there.
Yeah.
So we may need to just end the video.
Yes.
And
we'll move where we need to move.
Shortly, but not yet. It's good. It's been fun. Oh, I didn't even get to. I know you showed up, Mark, but I didn't even get to say, "Hey, it's Mark."
It's Mark.
It's Mark.
Yeah, I'm just on break, so I thought I would hop in and see what was going on.
Is your name? What is it?
I'm
yeah.
I'm done.
Palindrome.
You're done with your break.
Yeah, no, almost. I had a couple minutes, but I've been all up on that Faye meta that he shared the other night.
Yeah.
That stuff is so good. I wasn't there for the training, but that it's been so helpful. And it's just got me so pumped. Yeah, thinking about all of the small
micro
things that he pointed out that oh my gosh, like the whole you get stuck being directly behind somebody and pulling through them from behind them, and it's like you can literally just pivot to the side of them and have all these different angles that I've never even pulled off hardly yet. Like I can turn a stack, but usually I rely on Geo in a lot of cases to turn a stack really sharp. But it's like that back person, that supporting player, being able to,
and you get to watch me do it really badly in the video.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's just been nice.
It's really cool.
Which video is this?
I can share it with you.
I don't think it's publicly, but I've got it up on YouTube. I recorded, so I can DM you, Gary.
Please do.
Yeah, Faye told me I can share it. So if you want to DM one of us, cool.
The thing that I love about that, and I've done it quite a bit, and I just think it's such a cool. If you and the person you're stacking with know that this is the right thing to do, it's just such a cool perspective. But when he was talking, we called it pass-through when he taught it to us the first time. But that one where it was instead of
one person goes deep and the other person grabs.
Person goes deep. Sometimes it happens on accident, right? And we just I'm here. I didn't catch you. Oh, my bad. And here I am. But such an interesting idea to say, hey, we really are close enough to where I don't need to hold on. I can take that pull. You can grab it. I can get positioned, and boom, we're done. Let's go. Send everything straight down, and it's so much more effective. know how to do not chapters, but you know those things where you can put buttons on a video.
Yeah,
I'd have to figure that out, but
Grams.
yeah.
Dang it, I don't know how that works.
What do you
But
mean by buttons? Like a hyperlink?
no,
But
where
no,
the
like
video
cutting it up into sections.
no, where the video
Like,
has
yeah.
those little bars and you can in like in the
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
in the
that's what you say,
information.
chapters. Yeah, you can do that.
That's-
So all you have to do is you just in the description of the video, you just add timestamps, and that's it.
In the
Yep.
description.
Are
you
we
add
are
timestamp.
we going to a different Discord, or are we going to stay
don't
in here
know.
for the cast?
Torque,
To the death.
are you going to?
One. They're setting up for the game now.
Yes, we know, but we
That's not what
are.
we're asking, Gary.
We
You guys,
are
you guys,
I can invite him.
so you guys don't have all the
I
other
just-
people.
I just want it.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
We'll catch you guys in a bit.
Fantastic.
I'm just waiting for Discord to install on my. or
Sometimes,
update on my-
everybody.
So maybe
my
they're.
desktop.
Later.
I'm
Later.
gonna
Until
invite
next
him and see
week.
what happens.
Bye.
Who else is on the team?
I can't remember off the top of my
I
head.
had the roster pulled up. I was just asking because I'm making settings right now. Iceman UK Nexus.
Ba-ba-da-da. Mana.
Tucker, Will GC, and Zen Smoke. Oh, they were inviting me. Oh.
Are we so we're keeping this on the same video, on the same screen. I know.
I got him. I got Tucker. You want me to invite him here?
Now.
Yes. So it's 10 minutes, 2 rounds.
Let's see. We still got 11 viewers. Thanks for staying, everybody. Maybe we can get anybody who wasn't in the other one
One round, then
to join. Just jump on back over there. See if we can cancel. Dun dun.
Hi, I'm here.
Nexus.
You're
game.
here. We're also live.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna stay on the same one. Same video.
Cool.
I'm gonna send a message over there. 3, 2.
There we go. Okay, I'm transitioned. Sorry.
Welcome.
Do this.
We are here. Da 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 da.
How's everybody doing?
Familiar voices. Yes, Gary. It's like we've been here before.
It's like you heard us a minute ago.
How? I don't know. But here we are. So, Tosh, tell me, who are we going to be seeing today in
Today we are-
this match?
Yeah, today it is Disciples, which is our EU team, versus Ulvadal, which is the team I have been coaching, who is NA. So we will play 1 round in NA and 1 round in EU to kind of make it fair for both teams. So
Excellent. Can you tell me anything about your team, Ulvadal? Any details you want to say about them?
one cool thing we figured out, and I won't give away ages or who is what age, but we figured out that we have 4 generations on our team. So we have a Gen Z, a millennial, a Gen X, and a baby boomer.
Wow.
So we have one from each generation. Like, I made that joke that we should have. I made this joke. I can't remember where I made it, but I said that I'm going to name my next team "Ouch, My Herniated Disc," and I think that would have been a good name for this team as well. But we went with Valley of the Wolves instead. So
even though I'm not a boomer, I still feel physically like that.
Yes.
Ouch, my disc. Ouch. And looks like in the chat we also have Loved. I'm not sure which one is.
Oh
is,
yeah,
is
we've got
it?
Loved, one of the coaches for the Disciples.
But I have a little POV.
The disc.
Shout out to you, Loved. And
Shout
the
out
other one
to our
is
coaches.
also
I think
Yeah,
AJ's also
correctly-
running
correct?
his. I could be
Correctly?
wrong, but that's what it looks like.
correct.
Who?
Is that correct, Loved? It's me, Ellis, is the other person who's been coaching the Disciples. Disc Disciples.
I think we just
Disc
need a swap. I don't know
Disciples.
what side who's
Ha ha
starting.
ha. Hashtag punny.
Yep. And then
I think we can hear game comms. Can you? We can't hear them, unfortunately. Can you hear them? Oh, and us? That's interesting. We've been putting in the work. Nice coaching. Yeah, Trees is right. Looks like they're just one person away from having everything set up. Which server are we starting on? What did I think he said? Are we starting on the EU server? Let's see.
Yeah, there are
no.
in-game comms on the stream.
Round 1 will be played on the NA server. Fantastic.
We gotta go.
Okay.
So we can hear game comms from Midweek Madness.
Hey, Tucker.
Oh, I think the other one must still be running somewhere.
Okay.
Oopsie doozles.
To transition from our more fun weekly event to our more serious match. We're ready to go. I'm really excited for this game. I'm excited for the finals later this week. Like, we've got a lot going on. I think we have one more game in addition to this week. So, yeah.
Yeah, Chuckles, let's go!
Let's go!
Exciting, yeah. Well, oh, and Iceman Gaming UK has entered the building. We got a 4v4 going on right here. How
Here we are. Ready to get rolling.
Ready.
Let's casually effing go, as Trees would say.
That's for you, Trees. Overall is a finals team, and we have seen a lot of improvement.
I think we've seen a lot of improvement from a lot of the teams. Like, I think they've taken what they've learned, because I think we've all experienced it, those of us who have played VRML, that your first few games, you're like, whoa, this is a lot. And then as you get more used to the format of comp play, you are able to incorporate different things and work on different aspects of your gameplay, so it's not as overwhelming in the arena and those comp matches.
And I think remembering that it is like a sport, right? And if you've ever played a sport, sports take hard work to not master, to just get on the first level, you know? It takes a long time to get there. So just like that, Echo is one of those things. It took me a little while to realize how difficult it would be to even remotely get decent at this game. Now, granted, everybody has a, different ability starting point. Some people, for example, I have old knees, so I will not be doing the jumpy, squatty, like some of our 18-year-old friends that we have in some of these matches.
I do
we
the
play.
bendy 40. That's what I do.
I'm close, but I might get one or two bends during a game, squats during a game, and then I'm like, that's all for me.
And then I was gonna say, Twerk just said in the chat that we are 1 follower short of 50. So if you are watching this match and you are not following the VRBN channel yet, please do push us over 50, and then turn on your notifications so you can watch out. We're gonna have more casts. We're gonna cast some of the VRML matches of Tyro fam teams this season. Like, we're gonna have a ton of fun content for you to watch. So and participate in. We want to try to include our community as much as we possibly can.
So keep an eye out. If you have a VRML team, keep an eye out for opportunities to get your games casted by the VRBN. And as Torque is mentioning in the chat, there will indeed be some non-Echo content. We got some interesting things coming up. So hopefully you'll enjoy those. But let's go. Let's get this thing started. We are going to start off our match today. Overdall versus Disciples. Let's rock and roll. Alright, so it looks like Orange team capitalizes on the initial joust. It's going to go to the ceiling, but it looks like, yep, Nexus is going to pick it up, but a quick stun from Sandalorian. Nice job. The stack is right there on him, though, and let's see if that stack can capitalize on an errant disc to the cross ceiling. El Catrine Jose makes a nice throw backwards. It was a beautiful reset and a fantastic clear by Precise, but who is going to beat the stack race here? Sandalorian comes in and just barely dings, missing the goal, but thankfully his teammates are in the right position. Jose picking up the back, gonna do another fantastic reset. Don't forget the importance of resets. They are a big deal. There goes a beautiful pass, a little bit of a floating throw, which can make things a lot more difficult. In my opinion, one of the things you definitely want to do is practice your floating throws, because it can be hard to know exactly how they come out of your hands. It's something I like to do a lot of. Let's see if they can capitalize off of this bubble play. Like, the disc bounces off the backboard, and now it is literally just floating down the field. Stacks are trying to get down there, but the blue team's going to pick it back up, send it on over, floating a little bit. Remember to keep your hands and grab onto something. That'll help you out a lot. I think blue team's going to be able to pick this up. What kind of throw we're going to get? Oh, Sandalorian just smashes that in. 2 points, 15 meters. Blue team up by 2.
Absolutely, and here we go. Let's see where Orange team is going to take this disc. They've often had Nexus grab disc and play QB, so let's see if they continue with that trend and see where everyone ends up. It looks like Tucker's going to go for disc, passing it over to Westy. Westy's making a cross pass over to Nexus. They are working it downfield, and Blue is trying to get back and set up their bubble defense, and then the pass is scuffed, so it's anybody's disc right now. Nexus slaps it, gets control. He's headed into the goal, taking the bounce shot, and it is in.
That was good. It definitely can tell that
it must have hit Precise's head because it does say it was by the Precise. So, headshot.
Ding! Definitely a nice push by the Orange team, by Disciples. They took it nice and slow, and they capitalized on the lack of stacks from the blue team. And that is sometimes the most important part of figuring out Echo, is not just doing your own game, but figuring out your opponent's game and playing toward them against the style that they are currently playing with. So see that Orange team is trying to get the disc out, but unfortunately Precise was in the perfect position to grab that. Throw was a little bit high, and looks like Orange team was able to slap it out, give them a little bit more time. Precise takes up the backfield, picks it up, tries to go for a little bit of a AJ!
Nice dunk. Nice dunk, AJ.
We gotta love a good Dunkachino.
And we are ready to go Orange again. Let's see if they can return those points and get it back to 4v4, or 4 points to 4 points. Let's see where they're going to take this. We're out. Tucker again taking the disc. Slowly looking for the pass up to Westy. And Westy is going to launch it forward, but it doesn't quite connect. But the back stack on the blue team is ready there. And even though they threw it right into the defender hand, Precise was ready to go and take it back out. And now open goal. Let's see if we can shoot it forward. Not quite. Orange is mostly there, but so is Sando. And it was not quite retrieved by the blue team, but they are stacking to go get it. They've been working really hard on establishing their stacks and strengthening their stack meta. And it's bouncing back behind the goal. Tucker is in pursuit, so is Sandal and Nexus. Sandal manages to get a sun off, and then they're cutting, but it doesn't quite connect. Sometimes if you find your cuts are not connecting and your passes are not connecting, it's good to try to take a breather, slow it down a little bit. Oh, and it's stolen by Iceman Gaming. And cleared through mid. It's going to hit station and bounce kind of back to mid, but yeah. It's bouncing up into the top of the arena, and they're there, ready to take it back. It's cleared high. The blue does have one defender back there. AJ is still back there. Open Sando comes in and puts it right in.
Oh man,
2 more points.
Super mad. 8 meter 2. No!
Bummer. I was wondering if that would be a 3. It's so close.
Fantastic. And you know what? For this set, I'm thinking about, of course, we've got the game going on behind us, but let's talk about stacks for a second, because it's such a huge part of this game. And as we know, the stacking portion of Echo wasn't even a part of the game when they created it. So it was a great way to take something you had and turn it into something that just works. But in your Jose picked up a wild bounce off the ceiling, off the back top board, and floated just so slowly down into the goal. Nice job there on the blue team. But let's talk about stacks for a second. What do you think is the most important thing for some of our newer teams to think about when it comes to their approach to stacking?
Yeah, you and I have actually talked about this a lot. You and I talk about Echo so much. We talk about a lot of other things too, but we do talk about like Echo Meta a lot and thinking about how the game works. And one thing we've definitely talked about is accurate is more important than fast. So having accurate pulls, staying together, and I mean, in the recent training Phenom did for our coaches so that our coaches can pass this information along. He talked about that. He talked about how stacks breaking apart with intention rather than on accident. Like you moving out for a pass once your stack breaks up as your partner grabs the disc and things like that. It's using stacking effectively and accurately. Because like you can go fast, but then you hit a geo and you're on one side and your partner's on another, and suddenly it doesn't matter anymore because you've lost control of your stack. Your speed doesn't matter. So being accurate and somewhat quick is good, but being inaccurate and super fast is not going to serve you again.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like a lot of us just almost naturally do that in certain spaces. For example, you might pull forward for a pass. You also might pull off of your teammate in order specifically to stun out someone who is about to hit your teammate who has the disc. So there's that, like, it's not always about how can I get the disc. That's not what the team sport is about. It's about how can I ensure with whatever I'm doing right now that my team has the best possible chance of making a point, scoring a point. Whether that means me scoring or me just wow. Yeah. That was an interesting bounce. What in the world?
In that play, this wasn't necessarily stacked, but I watched Precise there stun out the person with the disc. Disc bounces back. He went for it until he saw his teammate had it. And we actually talked about this yesterday during our practices. Like, we've got to watch out clumping up on disc. So we've got to, if somebody says got it, you let that person get it and you set up for a pass or you bodyguard them, whatever is most useful to your teammate. So being aware of that and being aware of like, you don't always have to be the person to get disc. Sometimes you are the person helping protect or helping be open so that they have an option and somewhere to throw that disc if they're about to get sacked.
It just makes me think about the times where, let's say that you are with your teammate and you're both kind of going towards the corner and the disc is in the corner and you see someone coming up. Well, you could either let both of you get stunned and then the other person takes it, or you could sacrifice yourself so that your team has the upper hand. Because in reality, if one person stuns one person, it's still a 3v3. But if one person stuns two people, those two people messed up. They allowed themselves to mess the numbers of the game off, and now it's a 3v2. And now our team has a deficit because of what we kind of allowed happen. Nice job. Nice 3 from Jose. It seems like the blue team is really taking all of the advice that you've given them over these past, weeks.
Yeah, I'm watching a lot of the things we talked about, and I'm sure Loved can say this as well. And any of the head coaches and the assistant coaches that have been working with these teams, it's really satisfying to watch. Like, I just watched Precise had said the other day that he wants to work on his ender, and I just watched him clear the disc and then pull up his ender. So, like, which I don't know if that's necessarily an ender, but I watched him throw the disc and then shield, because we discussed that. And so seeing these teams implement the things we're working really hard with them on is really satisfying from a head coach perspective. And that is the end of round 1, 18-2. We will be moving servers, so we'll be talking a little bit about the academy during the break. Yeah. And Love did say, we've definitely been working on QBs, and that Love is very proud of his team.
Yeah,
so I feel the same.
Yeah, these teams, like all of the academy teams, I mean, anybody who has played Echo and didn't have any training understands how big of a deal this is. Because we went through it. I didn't have anybody to tell me how to do anything for like 5 months. Like, I mean, the most training that I got at the beginning was like a random here and there training by someone who really didn't know much. And then like the random things that Torque tried to teach me when we were both new. And other than that, it was nothing until I got into the Tyro community and there were people who were willing to say, hey, this is how you do this. It's like, you know how hard it was? You guys, like any of you who didn't have any training, do you remember what it was like to get somebody to teach you how to regrab? It was horrible trying to figure out who could possibly teach you how to regrab, like, well, and figure it out. I remember my first 2 weeks, I just was floating, had no clue. And now we have, you know, programs like this where adults can go and find other mature adults and be trained by mature adults. And that's amazing.
And I think one thing I've said to my team and other people I've trained in the academy is that, like, they get, like, we talked a lot about panic clears because that's a very common thing when you're earlier in the game. And I remember when I first joined, like, anytime I got disc and I knew people around me, it was just slap it and get it away from them.
Yeah.
But not realizing that, like, you can do that with intention. Even if you can just grab the wall and pull yourself up, you're juking a little bit and giving yourself some time. Things like that. Like, I remember thinking, I remember getting into I was running pubs with someone that was a friend of a friend, and it was a younger kid. And he's like, well, how many 3-pointers do you have? And I think I had 3 3-pointers. That's how many, and I'd probably played like over 100 pubs, you know, I had not made many threes. And he was kind of teasing me about it. And I remember thinking, I'm just never going to be that good at 3-pointers. And I'm sure I have a lot more 3-pointers on my record now than I did then. But that's just part of the game, is like, if you keep at it, you can build those skills and get better. And certainly I'm not as good at half courts as you are, but
yeah, well, you haven't spent nearly as much time practicing.
That's a big part of it. That's a big part of it.
the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours spent just shooting stupid disc at nothing. And I still mess up over and over and over again. But remembering humanity as being a part of Echo, you can't get past the fact that we're all human. We make mistakes. And not only are we all human, we're dealing with technology that is wildly glitchy at times. So, you know, that's okay. Why play with points carryover? It can be pretty brutal to get rocked like some of these games. Well, if you had been around Vacant with our Academy team tournament, that's a part of the setup for this tournament, is that these are 20 minutes total, in addition to the fact that this is a server change, because 2 rounds, win one. Yeah, it's the only way to make sure that in this tournament you've got something even, some type of playing field where there can be, technically for that game, a winner, so that that winner can be put into the challenge thing. Yeah, just an attempt at a different format, just to work for a nice little this nice little academy tournament we got going on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. At Tyro Land, did we have points carryover too between the rounds?
What did we do?
Why
is that so hard to remember? It's not like it was 10 years ago.
Torque will get us. Torque will let us know.
We did league rules. No, but they were shorter. It was
they were 7-minute rounds.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
8-minute round? No, it wasn't.
And we've had some much closer matches, so
just shorter rounds. Yeah. And yeah, we had definitely had some much closer rounds, and hopefully now that we're popping over to the EU side, we'll definitely be able to see some.
And they're doing sliding. They're doing the slide. We've talked about this with many of the academy teams. Like, if you need to release some of that tension, or just kind of reset your brain between matches, or between, you know, during a break, go slide down the sides of the arena. It's fun.
Also, welcome into the VRBN for those of you that are brand new. Remember, we would love to have you follow our channel. We're almost to our 50. Have we hit 50 yet? I don't know, I'm not paying attention, but that would be really cool. We love for everyone to follow us. Come on, feel free, follow us. Tell your friends to follow. We're going to be doing, not only are we doing now the Tyro Academy tournament, but VRBN will be starting off with season 6, casting some Tyro fam teams for VRML. So if your Tyro fam team is looking for someone to cast you during season 6, we are definitely will be available, and we'll have more information to come on how to get into the RBN server and get that set up, and what options you have to hopefully get more of your games casted, especially for our lower level, newer teams that we have in Tyro. Sometimes we don't get a lot of attention down there in the bronze and silver world from casting. But we're hoping to bring a little bit more attention to those folks, so that, hey, maybe you want to tell your family to watch. Maybe this is one of your first games and you want it casted so that your friends and everybody can watch on the big screen on a Twitch
I showed my
screencast.
82-year-old grandmother this. I showed her some of the highlight reels that we have that shows me actually scoring a point. So she doesn't quite get it, but she's certainly trying. I was going to say too that like the point of this tournament isn't necessarily like strict comp play.
Yeah.
It is to give all of these players a taste of competitive play in a more a safer environment, I would say, sometimes than other games can be, because like sometimes you get really trolly teenagers. So the goal is to give them kind of most of these players know each other. Most of these players play with each other in Tyro. A lot of them are friends. A lot of them have formed VRML teams outside of their like they didn't necessarily take their academy team and just clone it. They've like been like, okay, you and I are gonna go here and so is gonna go there. So a lot of them are choosing to play with each other in VRML, even though they're gonna face each other and be opponents in the academy tournament.
Which is great, and I think that's another part of this, that the academy not only has helped to train some new folks, but it's also really done a great job to get people kind of getting that competitive itch, right? Whoever we're watching is having a good time.
Swirling.
He's having a great time. But having that that competitive, some people are not extremely competitive and some are. I know for myself, I joined VRML 2.5 weeks after I started playing Echo. Obviously my team lost continually, but that's to be expected. But it's great to get a little bit of taste here, right? And let's go. It's time for us to get started. I'm going to hand over this first initial joust to Tosh, and we're going to see what, hopefully, our EU team can come back and score a few points.
Here we go. We are on the EU servers now, so they will have more of an opportunity to stack closer. And Blue takes the joust, but they do get stunned out. Nexus is going for it, but Sando is there and dunks that shot right in from quite a bit back. 17 meters, yes.
Fantastic job. One of the things that's really important when you get that initial joust, you got to get rid of that disc, right? Because that's one of the few times we know there is somebody coming at our head. So whether you choose to headbutt it or you choose to just slap it away, I'm a big fan of slapping. It's one of my favorites. We definitely want to get that disc away from us, away from our side, as much as possible. We want to keep possession, of course, but in that case, we're hoping for a throw and maybe a back stack to pick it up a little bit. So let's see what Blue team is able to do now that we've got the disc over here on the orange side. Looks like Sandal tried to pick it up. It's Jose got stunned out, but thankfully Sandal was able to pick that up, and he's gonna do a nice little reset backwards. I love the reset. Be very careful when resetting close to the goal. Precise is gonna move off to the left side and try to take a clear, but nah, it's not gonna happen. And see if the blue team can slow it down a little bit. Nice steal from Sandal. And Jose is going to take that disc, float a little bit. Be very, very careful when you're floating on ping areas like this, as you might find that...
Yeah, we did discuss that beforehand, that like if you think they're 5 feet away, they're probably
they're
1
not.
foot away, so don't hold it.
That's very good advice for your team. But Precise doing a great job holding the back line. Going to make a beautiful clear right through the middle of the tunnel, and let's see who can stack the fastest. And that's really one of the things that we're noticing when it comes to these teams, especially in the lower stages. You're still in that stack and chase type meta, especially with EU players, but remember that requires good stacks that are able to form very quickly, stacks that are able to stay together effectively. And as Tosh was mentioning before, those are the stacks that know when to separate and when to get together, when to turn around. Right? Your teammate says, turn around and get me. You turn around and get them, because that's probably going to be 100 times faster than you floating at 5 meters per second. So there's another really good clear. I like how the blue team is holding down in the bubble. They have been doing a good job making sure that the time is just running. And that's much better than what we saw in round one. Fantastic pull from Nexus. Let's see, he's going to try and take that, but not quite. You're going to pick up that stack real fast, grab it, grab the floor. Fantastic. I love what I'm seeing right here from the disciples. They're being disciplined, and there's 2 points, just like that.
Good job. You can tell that they're using the ping difference to their advantage, just as Vidal did in the first round. So here we go again. And I think that's really wise. They the disciples will be able to get steals and stuff that like Orange may not see coming, because they're a lot closer than they appear. It's much like your mirror when you're driving. So you can't hold that disc too long. You can't think that you're going to fake them out, because they will get it. It's passed up to Precise. Precise is trying for that bounce shot, but it doesn't quite make it. It's bouncing back. Precise is going to regain control, try to hold it, try to look for a pass option. Buying himself some time with a little bit of juking.
Love the floor movement.
Passing it up for a cut, and it's in.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a nice goalie stun on time for 4 points. It's absolutely beautiful. Get yourself comfortable with the goalie stun, but not just to be stunning the goalie, not just to be annoying, but stunning
Don't just
with
sit there
intent.
and stun their brain.
Exactly.
But I'm a big fan of the goalie stun.
Of course. You're stunning. Haha, got him. Let's
stunning.
see what else blue team's gonna... Okay, pseudo self-pass. I'm okay with it. Tucker needs to grab onto something right here. This is more important than all this other floating. I need him to grab onto something, because that's gonna allow him to do the movement he needs to. That was really good getting onto Bowtie. One of the things that we just... It takes a long time. I mean, I'll tell you, it took me a while to get comfortable with not floating. But when you're floating, you lose so much ability to move. The boosters are just not good enough. We need that movement that the floor or the geo or whatever it is can give us to push off in certain directions, especially when coming to juking. Looks like Orange Team's going to take a nice little dunk from the top. Slap that in for 2 points. Yes way, Jose. Nice job. 26-4.
I was going to say, too, I could see Twerk in the back of my head. Twerk will say, go for pockets, especially if there's a goalie in goal or a goalie near goal. Like, try to aim around them. Try not to aim directly at them as best you can. I'm really guilty of this. I will often, especially if I'm doing a tight shot, I will sometimes be like, oh, I'm going to put it right in your hand. I'm sorry about that. AJ's taking it up, making a pass forward. Right up to Jose. Jose's got it, but the goalie is there and tossing it out. Not today, Jose.
No way, Jose.
We do love our puns. Oh, a little bit of lag there for us. I think it probably was on the stream as well. Looks like that was a couple enders and then a pass up to Sandal, but it doesn't quite go in. That's one thing. Those bounce shots are very tricky. We're chasing. Catherine passes it up to Sando. Sando's passing it forward, but AJ wasn't quite there yet. But Precise comes in and takes the shot.
And most of the time, an 18 is going to go in, unless if you're at this level. Most goalies, unless you throw it right into their hand, are not going to be able to get to save that. But I still want to see from all of the Academy members, from everybody, I want to be able to see more closeness to the geos. So close to the floor, close to the geos. The floating is the one thing that is the easiest. It makes the most sense. Because you're just like, oh, I'm using my boosters. You're just float around in circles. But we got to be able to say, I'm going to use hands, my movement, my flexibility to my advantage, and that's only going to happen when you get away from floating. And sometimes you'll notice that when people are throwing and they're floating, you kind of see them throw across their body. Great tip is there's so much more flexibility in this game than we even realize. Great tip, move your body. Turn your body in the direction you want to throw, because a lot of the times you lose accuracy throwing across your chest. Like, let's say you're facing forward and you want to throw to your left. If you don't move your shoulders to face where you're throwing, you can actually lose a lot of your accuracy because your arm is actually having to account for that angle. And I am definitely seeing a lot of facing forward, throwing off to the left or throwing off to the right. And just like small changes like that and staying close to stuff. It's really hard to juke somebody coming at you if you're midair. Right? It's really hard to get away from them if you're in the middle of the air.
We were discussing that when we were talking about pushing out as mid on Bubble D, and that you should not be trying. You should be trying to stay in front of someone who's juking towards goal, rather than just jumping on them. Wait until they float. Wait until they make a mistake, and then go for them. Otherwise, I mean, you're gonna get your best stuns when someone's floating and doesn't have a way to get away from you.
That sounds really same in the same vein as the idea of what do really effective stacks do. Like the front stack that's maybe the attacking stack. Well, there are different choices. People feel differently. But some of the most effective stacks are not the ones that are shooting straight at the person with the disc with the intent of stealing it, right? Or with the intent of catching it right before that person gets it. It's the stacks that are actually trying their best to throw the other team off their game. So this stack's coming at you, but it's not coming close enough so you can stun them. It's coming just close enough so that you can throw too quickly or throw too haphazardly. And then you end up throwing a terrible disc where that same stack that's hanging out 2 meters away from you can now pick up this errant disc. So it's just kind of changing the way you think about your gameplay and what might be the best choice. I like that backstack picking it up. Wow, fantastic job. But thankfully there's a goalie down there. Let's see what happens. There's 2 of them. Oh, missed that. That was close. Let's see, Precise is going to try and take it back in. Bounce off of the ceiling. Oh, very close. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1. And our match is over. We're going to finish this off with a 29-4. Great job from both teams. We definitely can see a lot of improvement from our teams, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for self-improvement. And the Academy tournament, the Academy in itself is there to train new players. Right? That's the whole point. Give new players actual training that they probably couldn't get. Let me try that again. That they 100% couldn't get out of random pubs. So they're getting training on how to do the fundamentals, right? Now, what you do with that training has a lot to do with what you do outside of the Academy also. Playing in Tyro events. Taking an opportunity to go into the arena by yourself. I promise you, playing a bunch of games will not help you become an accurate 3-point shooter. What's going to help you become an accurate 3-point shooter is practicing your 3-point shots. Because you're not going to get a chance to take those during a game very often. How do you get good at it? You practice it. So we see that our players are not only getting help from their coaches, but they're also getting help and the opportunity to practice, right? And that's fantastic. What do you have to say about these teams, Tosh?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think they both played very well. Even with the score differential, I think I can see, we've cast many of these games, and I can see the difference in level of play between both of them. I can see improvements on both sides. So they've definitely both improved their game. I was going to say, we have one more match, just regular season match, and then we have the finals on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So please join us for that. I think we're good, and I think we're going to let Torque take us away with thank you, Torque, for being on cams, as he often is for us. We appreciate it so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching.